Hi everyone, welcome back to Chop's Garage. We've got lots of nice, shiny, expensive stock behind us, but we need some cheapies, so it's time to delve into that cesspit that is the BCA auction. So come along, let's see what we can find. Right everyone, I've got BCA up on my laptop. Why? Well, I've got too much high value stock at the moment. I like cheapies. I always like to have cheapies in stock. I had two people stop by and walk through the yard yesterday looking at cars. Both the budgets of about £3,000 to £5,000. Small CC, petrol. My main dealer suppliers, they don't tend to get those kind of cars in. You can imagine a lot of people with cars worth a couple of grand aren't going and getting brand new cars. They're normally upgrading to the types of cars I've got in stock at the moment. So I need to find some cheapies. So we're looking at Bridgewater and Bristol, seeing what's coming up next 2 days. Straight away, we've got a Chevy Spark there. Now, they are little crackers. Flat red, not the best colour, but it will still sell. Mileage is good, 54,000 miles. 2012, with that mileage on, probably 3 grand. In the current market, maybe even a stretch 3.5. It's got a red warning light on it. Let's have a quick look at what that is, though. Coolant level is low, engine running, but it's got an exclamation mark on it. Engine bay coolant low, engine bay engine diagnosed, engine bay engine undiagnosed moderate fault. Bit of a risk, that one, bit of a punt. But they're tough little units. I've not really known them have any issues. What we'd need to do next is check out the MOT on it and see what that is. So this is the process we go through when we look at cars at auction. I don't go too much off the pricing. Be a bit careful with that. The thing to do is to, let's check the MOT first. So go to the MOT. So if you haven't done this before, you just search check a car's MOT. I'm sure you all do now to this. Bring it up here. Let's have a little look and see what the MOT history is like. So last one was 48,000 miles. Advisories of brake discs. Not bad at all. Nothing before that. Nothing before that. Shock absorber. This has got a clean MOT history, guys. It seems to have been regularly used, but not for major miles. Whose part exchanged that in? Let's have a look at the next thing. It's UK CGR Select. So that's going to be a random car dealer or We Buy Any Car. That one I would class as a high-risk car, but worth a punt if we can get it cheaply enough. Let's have a quick look at what the value of it actually is. So onto my trade account on Auto Trader, stick in the reg. It always takes one off for some reason on that when I copy and paste it. M. And then let's have a look at what was the mileage again? 50. Let's just round it up to 55,000 miles. Auto Trader, I find, slightly undervalues Chevy Sparks. I've always been able to sell them for a little bit more than Auto Trader says. I guess it's because it's a nationwide pricing down here in the southwest. We get a bit more for our cars because, let's face it, it costs you 200 quid to go anywhere and go and pick one up, doesn't it? People don't want to go up to Wales and London and Midlands to get their cars. 3,000. So at worst, it's 2,995. Now, obviously, at the recommended cap clean of 1775, that would be too high. But if we click in, it should also give us a report on the condition of the bodywork. Might not do at this age. We have to be a bit careful. Condition report. It's giving it a grade 2. That means it's a very clean car. Just some chips it's noting. Now you should, by rights, go through all these photos one by one and make sure you know exactly what you're looking at. But on a cheapie, we know we can get away with a few dings and dents on it. So a quick look down and see service history. Last service was 26th of the 8th, 2022. And it's got 8 services, 3 being main dealer. That seems worse a risk to me. If I have to put an engine in it at the end of the world, it's not going to be an expensive process. So I know I've got £200 in fees. I've got about £100 in delivery. I mean, it might be a bit more than that in fees because I haven't used the account for a while. So let's say it's going to be about 400 all in by the time I get the car here. With the risk of the engine in it and so forth, ideally you'd work off a 1,500 margin. So 1,500 minus 400, you pay 1,100 for the car. Now, obviously, at auction, a clean car, grade 2, like that in the current market for small cars, it might be too big an ask. So if we cut that down and say well, I think 1,400 will be our max bid on that. So we're going to take a punt at £1,400 on that. Hopefully I haven't missed anything. Like bidding at £14,000. Now, I'm not going to live bid because I don't have time to sit here and watch it, which means I could well lose the car, or they could start the bidding at 1,400 and I will get bid out on it, on that alone, which is probably most likely going to happen. It's on sale today at $335. I should note that down, actually. If I get time to come back to it, I might do that. I said it my bid. Well, I'll leave my bid there and I'll edit it down if I get time to come back and look at it live. This is where bidding at auction gets dangerous because that's quite a lengthy process, and if you've got lots on for the rest of the day, it can be a bit of a tough one to go through all that much detail. Right, Citroen C3, I've had a lot of people asking me for slightly bigger cars. This is a 1.4 VTR. Don't mind that engine. You're going to all tell me it has problems, but they all have problems. Oil, coolant or contamination. Let's have a scroll. Any further notes? Could be that one's got a bad head gasket. Could be it just looks horrible in the oil. Grade 2. It's a risky one, isn't it? And it's come through BCA. Let's have a look by comparison at what they're marking this one down for. Engine bay, clutch rattling, noisy. Well, that need a release bearing, won't it? I don't know. Let's mark that and come back to it later on if we haven't got enough stuff to bid on. As I say to you guys, the auctions are not the golden path to quick cash. They are risky, risky, risky. 1.4 Fusion. That wouldn't be a bad little car for me. Engine bay, clutches slipping. Well, that's a nice straightforward one. You know what you're in for on that, don't you? You know what you're in for. Grade 4, so it's battered around the edges a bit. Bonnet chip, door scratched. What have we got here? Showing you some of the marks there. Nothing outrageous for a car of that age, I wouldn't have said. Again, you can't go crazy restoring these. That one might be worth a bid. Let's go back and look at it again. It's already in process, that one. Started already, so I'm late to the party. 2 services is all it's got. Its MOT expires quite soon. And its retail value is about 2,495, isn't it? So to put a clutch in it, you definitely want a £1,500 margin after fees. So you want to pay 1,000, then you got your fees that say 700 quid max, I'd have said, probably on that. This is where, because it's live, it's very tempting to just do a quick bid. Let's go and check the MOT on it though. Well, this one's got a really clean history as well, actually. Wiper blade defective and a tyre on the last MOT. Tyre on the last MOT. Wiper blade. There's nothing outrageous on that for the age. Seems it could also be worth a punt. Again, we're going to have to put a fixed low bid in, which we're likely to get outbid on. But clutch should be nice and easy on a 1.41. So let's risk it for a biscuit, I say. Let's go in. Let's grab the calculator again and just double check my maths. What did we say? It was, I think it's like 2,495 retail. Let's just double check that they haven't got that wrong. Actually, no, Auto Trader. I don't know if Auto Trader will value one that old. How old is it? 07 won't value it anyway. Let's say that we know that in the current market, a Ford Fusion on 2007 with 97,000 miles is going to be 2,495 minus, let's say, a total of 300 in fees getting it, minus, let's say, 300 in total getting a clutch done, which is probably a little bit low. I think we need to be bidding. I think we need to be bidding about £700 on that. So I can't, on a proxy bid, it's quite clever as well. You can only do 100 increments. So I can't just put, £25 in more. Again, 7,000. But yeah, I can't just put £25 more in to sort of bid up the next person that would have gone to 700. I've just got to put on best bid and leave it again. I don't know how far down the lane that's going to be. Minis, no thanks. We're looking for trouble-free, no hassle. Little Peugeot Urban, grade 5, 2 red warning lights. Leave that well enough alone. Peugeot with a massively ding-ding wing. totally repairable, but I haven't got time for stuff like that at the moment. Got 1.4 there, but it's got 2 red lights on it. Don't really want Clios, they're slow moving. We like an Alto. They're tough little buggers, those Altos. Let's see what the red lights are for it. Tyres. This is why you've got to nip in and... I've just gone by 2, haven't I, that had red lights on. But actually this one's got red lights on. It's just for tyres. That's why, again, it's quite a long-winded process of going through. So that one actually could be a good buy. It's got to buy it now at 1650. It's a 62 plate. That one might be just worth buying now. 5 owners. The condition report's bad. I think they want too much money for that. Yeah, look, dings and scratches all over it. How serious are they? Nothing absolutely outrageous. What's that on the bumper? We're going to be careful there that we don't need to replace a bumper. Yeah, it's quite a lot. That can't really quite see that, but I think that needs quite a bit of body work in that. Yeah, quite a bit on the rear wing there. Big scrape there. Yeah, good job we went on to check these pictures, because on the face of it, it looked all right. But at 1650, its retail value is probably £3,000, and we got hours and hours of labour, or hundreds and hundreds in prep. And don't forget, that's before fees as well. So by the time fees have been paid on that and delivery, we're being £2,000 on a £3,000 car that needs 600 quid's worth of paintwork, or like I say, a lot of time put into it. So we've got one of our favourites here, Kia Rio 1.4. You've seen me sell a number of these. They don't, touch wood, cause me any problems because they're so simple mechanically. They've normally been pretty well looked after. This is a grade 3. It's got total green check, so I don't even need to go in and look at that. It's a grade 3, so the bodywork's going to be decent, and they tend to undergrade these, I find, as a general rule. Let's have a quick look at the details of it. 56,000 miles, so good low mileage. It's not going to be worth a lot of money. 12 services. That's nice. Last service 2018, and MOT expiry is the 11th, 2023. Let's have a quick look. The sale is ongoing on that one moment, so I need to get in there quick on that one. Right, MOT history, not massively clean, but nothing outrageous. We've got minor leak of the exhaust. We're going to have to do a service on the brakes, get some number plates on it, replace some brake discs. They carried over yeah, there's a few more things last time on it. Sorry, on a few more things before it got through its MOT needed there. Yeah, not the best service history. Just a lot of minor corrosion stuff though. But yeah, I still think. I mean, at the end of the day, it's a 2007 car, guys. This isn't the same at looking as looking something else. That's a different report, isn't it? I think we need to get a quick bid in on that. Again, we won't get a valuation from Auto Trader because it's too old. But the system here says it's 2,950. I'm not so sure about that. I'd have said that's probably a 2,495 on a 56 plate. The mileage is the only thing bringing it up. I really want to pay £1,000 for it with all the fees. I want to leave £1,500 margin for all the prep. There's quite a bit to do there, isn't there? I think we'll have to bid. It's a Bristol, so delivery is not outrageous. I think we're going to have to risk it for a biscuit, go 1,200, because I don't think we've got a huge, and we've got no body work really to do. Mechanically wise, we've only got a little bit to do. I say we've got no body work. Look, I'm going to hit the bid and then look at the condition report and find out I've got to do a load of old dents. Yeah, there we go. Oh, this is why you should check it before you bid. Oh my God, look. Massive dent there, look. Oh, I nearly dropped one big time on that, didn't I? Let's edit that again. We've got a lot of body working on there. Let's drop that down to I'm gonna drop it down to £800. Give me 300 quid to get that repair done. Oh, that's why you've got to check the pictures, guys. You nearly saw me drop one in a big way there, didn't you? Right, well, let's catch up with you later on, see if I win any of those. Probably too few bids in there really to win anything, but at least we'll get to see what they actually went for. Right, update. We've won the Ford Fusion, which immediately has my alarm bells ringing as to what I missed on it. Maybe you've already been commenting what I missed on it. £500, £278 in fees. Utterly ridiculous on a £500 car. Absolute madness. Still got to pay for delivery as well, of course. They're paying me for this. I'm having to pay for the essential check. So a £500 car becomes £789. It's been a while since I've been on here. I didn't realise the fees were so much. I missed a trick, I think, by not. Ideally, I'd have put like £490 if I could have done the system, because you get the lower rate under £500. But just madness. This is why you can't buy cars cheap at auction. So I think we need to nip back and look at it in more detail. So you get immediate buyer's remorse with the auctions. What did you miss? So it was a grade 4, it beat up. The mechanical report had the 2 reds on it, didn't it? Which were, it needed a clutch. That's probably where other people are wiser than me, because I'm already, you know, with getting it here, I'm going to be sort of, what am I going to be into it for? Go to the invoice again. Right, so with delivery, I'm going to be about £900 into that car. If I can't get a clutch fit for £300, if I can, I'm at £1,200, and it's probably £1,995 at best, possibly. I mean, it might be £2,495. I don't know. Maybe I've got my pricing completely wrong on it. Hold on, we'll answer the phone. We'll look at what they're going for. Yeah, we're getting it here. What am I going to be in? I'm going to be in about, well, let me just remind myself again. Bloody fees are horrendous, aren't they? 789 plus 100 to get it here. Plus, let's say I managed to get a clutch fitted in for 300 quid all in. I'm doing it for about 1,200 quid, let's say. Retail wise, let's have a quick look. Auto Trader. No, Auto Trader's not there. Auto Trader there. Right. I've already pre-filtered this. 2 cars. What's the point? Could need a cam belt as well. 2 cars, both 2007, both about the same mileage. They're looking at 2.5. Add the VAT. There's a profit to be made on it. By the time we've added everything in, we're talking maybe we'll pull out 700 quid, 800 quid on it. But it will be banging the marketplace that I keep getting asked for cars for. So I think the trick with that one, we'll have to see when it arrives. Make sure you subscribe, so when it arrives on the back of that BCA truck, we get a chance to look it over and find out what the score is with it. Comment down below now. Do you think that was a bad buy or a good buy? So we'll look at that bodywork again. How bad was it? We saw me miss something earlier, didn't we? I think that's a machine polish job. I don't think there's any painting to be done on that. I don't think. We might be lucky. It may have been really like badly sort of graded. I mean, that seems to be the worst. I mean, they're marking things like that on a car that old, chips inside the door frame. Hopefully, if we don't need to need paint, we can make some money on it. Cam belt will probably end up having to be a negotiable thing where we went 50-50 on it, something like that, I think, depending on how much margin we end up having in it when we've done what's needed to be done. But anyway, we'll get the bill paid and get the transport organised.